Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Janet Yong. In my channel, I share about Feng Shui, Bazi, entrepreneurship as well as personal growth, especially in the areas of communication, success and motivation. Welcome if you are new to my channel, and welcome back if you are a returning subscriber, and thank you for subscribing. If you are new to my channel and have not watched any of my Bazi and Feng Shui series, you can go to the playlist in my channel to watch the various different relevant videos, whether is it in Bazi or Feng Shui or personal growth itself. Now, if you are a returning subscriber, and you will know that I've been sharing for this year in 2025 my personal growth journey as well as series. And if you have not watched any of the videos in this 2025 personal growth series, please click on this link and watch the relevant videos. Now, in the last video episode, I shared about the 6 luck pillar clash, which is an important milestone and timeline in our personal Bazi chart itself. Now, why is this the case? Is because, as mentioned in the previous video, at the 6 luck cycle, there will be this major change that we should be expecting in terms of our career, if your business, your clientele, including your mindset, and from a health perspective, it also will be from a traditional perspective, the downward going slope, and therefore it is even more crucial for us to take care of our health, physically, mentally, and emotionally. In the last episode, I shared about why having a vision board was critical in helping me move forward, especially after the class, especially after all the changes that I experienced between the years 2017 to 2020. I will talk a little bit more in the second part of this video about my personal journey, but for a start, let's talk about what actually is a vision board. Now, every one of you may be familiar, especially if you are in the business or corporate, about the vision and mission statements of a company. We may also be very familiar with basically our personal goals and personal objectives on an annual basis. So what's so different about this vision board? The vision board is something where you can put up, and it represents a bigger picture of where you would like to go in the longer term, so that even if you meet with ups and downs in your annual journey, in the monthly journey, so long as you know that you're moving towards a longer term goal, it will keep you motivated and therefore be happier and more fulfilled as well. Now, why is this vision board important? Imagine this. I have many clients who basically work their life every morning. They'll get up, go to work, busy day, come back, completed all the projects, feel exhausted, go back to rest. Next morning, the same thing. It's basically our busy society and the pressured society, especially those living in cities where competition is tough and high. Then when their children grows up, and at a certain point in life, and that would generally be near or around the 6 luck pillar clash, or if you have a DE in your particular chart itself, you will start to ask this particular question: why am I so busy? What is this busyness all about? What is actually the purpose of my life? Is it just working? Is it just about money? Is it just going to work and running on the treadmill every single day? So that's one of the reasons why I decided to actually produce this particular video about the vision board itself. Now, you may ask, how do I go about creating this particular vision board? There are a few different ways in terms of guides that you can utilize. One, you can actually utilize your Qi guardian, especially your Qi Dunjia guardian, as to what will bring you long-term fulfillment, happiness, so that you can actually pick up the skill sets that's relevant and move towards it and place it as one of your goals within your vision board. The second would actually be to look at the hour pillar in your Bazi chart, because in the hour pillar, one way of looking at it, besides representing your investment and children's relationship, it's also about looking at your goals and motivations and desires as you grow older, especially into your 50s. So if you start your vision board and you look further down the road, this would be pretty good guides. Your Qi Dunjia Destiny Guardian, as well as your Bazi hour pillar in terms of what are the elements there. Is it an analyzer profile? Is it action-oriented profiles, which then may mean about more taking up action and results. If it's really more about resource or the analyst profile, is how do you utilize what you produce and your resources to bring you the things that you want. So that's how we can look at it from a vision board itself. And the other thing is, if you have totally no idea what these two are, there will be two questions you can ask yourself. One, what would you like to do? Or where would you like to be 5 to 10 years down the road? How do you see yourself being happy 5 to 10 years down the road? Or another way to ask this question, what would make me happy 5 to 10 years down the road? And put down some of these key points so that you can actually have a guide on how to start doing this particular vision board. Now, I have an entire course, which is the Period 9 Online Abundance Program, which talks you through how you can prioritize your needs, how you can have clarity of thoughts in this confusing and ever-changing world. And if you'd like to find out more about this particular course, you can click on this link. There will be practical exercises which will help you align with your 奇门遁甲 guardian as well as your long-term goals. The next thing that we should look at in terms of the vision board is that different personalities will actually create the vision board differently. For instance, someone who is more idea-oriented, they will usually probably have different blobs of ideas, have it basically pictorially done. A person who is actually more people-oriented, maybe people, family will be critical or crucial inside their vision board. You can have pictures of your family members or whatever that makes you comfortable and happy and motivated. Others, like the action-oriented and process-oriented, for example, the process would be flowcharts. Action or objective-driven may be having certain objectives or goals set. So there is no fixed and fast rules on how these vision boards should look like. It should be something that you're comfortable with and that you can go back either on a twice yearly basis or an annual basis to see whether you should do any adjustments to it. It is also important to take a balanced approach when we are doing the vision board itself. What do I mean by a balanced approach? It means looking at our life from all different angles. And why is this crucial? Similar to any metaphysical principles or the Tai Chi principle, it's about balance. When there's too much yang, that means if everything is objective driven, then usually you feel exhausted because there's no rest point. So like in a Tai Chi diagram itself, at the most yang point, there would be a yin spot. And if you are too relaxed when you are looking at your vision board, then you may find it too boring. And therefore, in the Tai Chi diagram as well, when it's too yin, there should be a spot of yang. So if you were to look at it, it's actually from a Buddhist perspective, what we call the middle way. Meaning it's important to set goals, but be also aware to take a balanced approach, take a step back and relax and enjoy the fruits of your labor and not just go boom, boom, boom all the time wanting to achieve goals. I watched this particular video which I thought is pretty interesting, and if you are interested, this is the link to the video itself. I'll leave the link to this particular video called The Middle Way from a Buddhist perspective in my video description. If you're interested, then you can watch it as well. So next, let's take a look at my own personal journey and how I went about basically creating this vision board. If you remember in my last video where I shared, starting from 2017, I actually prepared for this changeover and clash in my 6-luck pillar clash in 2020. So I was setting a lot of individual goals to achieve in terms of the courses to take, the books to write. So within that period itself, I basically published 2 books, finished a diploma in curriculum development, as well as interviewed more than 100 leaders across Asia for my 4th book, Effective Asian Leadership. Then when 2020 hit and COVID hit itself, of course, we could not really go out when there was a lockdown, and there was quite a bit of self-reflection because during those years, it was really very exhaustive where I was just going and chasing after a lot of goals. But at the end of the day, when COVID hit, basically everything had come to a standstill, correct? Although the outcome was eventually good for me, but there was time, and I took that time to reflect, especially in 2021, where there was a clash in my day pillar branch with the year of the ox itself. Usually in your Bazi chart, if there's this particular clash in your day pillar, besides having differences and clashes with people of your same age and maybe health, it could also mean deep reflection. So during that year, I was reflecting and thought that there must be a better way than just focusing on an annual and where I would like to go. Should I be taking a more balanced approach? And therefore, since 2021 till today, I'm looking at life from a couple of different perspectives. One of which is obviously still the continual learning, be it from a career perspective or a spiritual perspective, that I will go for courses and continuously learn. Of course, there's also the part about what makes me happy in terms of, besides continuously learning, is actually to go traveling. And you will notice that I've been producing less videos this year. It's mainly because I'm taking a more relaxed approach and wanting to travel and experience the world more. So that's one of the key things I put in my vision board. Then from a family perspective, my son is getting older. He started to work this year. And therefore, as he grows older, since 2022, how to let go of expectations of how things should be done. He should be looking at how he should be handling his affairs. My own personal relationships, be it with family or with friends, it's the same, the concept of learning to let go and not having certain expectations so that I can be happier and more relaxed, going with the flow. The third would actually be from a wellness perspective. As mentioned earlier, since the 6 lung pillar, it will be the downhill of our health, especially physically. So I looked at different perspectives, from a physical perspective, mental wellness perspective, as well as a spiritual perspective. What are the things that I can do? And I'm a more pictorial person, so I actually use pictures more in my vision board itself. Now, of course, the final part is sustainability. If I want to travel more, if I want to relax more, I have to look at how do I sustain myself from multiple sources of income. Should it be from the business, or would it be from investments, savings? These are some of the different perspectives that I looked at, and this is a screenshot of my vision board, which I usually review on an annual basis. This vision board has been guiding me for the last 4 to 5 years, and I find that it's extremely helpful in basically helping me overcome sometimes the sense of loss when things don't go my way, because I will then sit down, meditate, and ask myself, am I going towards the direction that I set forth in the longer term? If it is, then usually I will basically let it go and then just move forward, because I think at times you go through obstacles because, well, there are lessons to be learned from it, as I shared in quite a few of my videos itself. So I hope you enjoyed this particular episode and what I have shared. And in the next video, I'll be talking a little bit more about personal values and why understanding and having insight to your personal values will help you understand and be calmer, have clarity of mind, especially inner peace when moving forward in these changing and disruptive times. So I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you once again for watching. Goodbye.